Are you ready? Can't crush us. It don't really get no better than this. The podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah, Can Crushers. Yeah, Can Crushers. Let's go.
Hey y'all, this is the gatekeeper, the savior of the world. You're listening to the Can Crushers podcast. Get that trashy ass out of here.
I'm tired, Jenksy. I'm tired.
It's been a long week
For both of us. Welcome to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. That sexy man over there is Sir Michael Jenks. I am Mark the Mark. Welcome to one of our favorite prediction shows, right?
Absolutely.
This one in segment 3 will be fun. We're talking Royal Rumble. Jenks, prior to that, I didn't ask you yet, how many Rumbles have you watched so far leading up to this so far?
I've watched quite a few, obviously. Got to get back into the feels, got to feel good. Been trying to lean more early than late, but I think I tend to do that every year. So, what about you?
I've only watched one this year so far just because of schedules, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But because crazy stuff, I watched the original. I watched the original with Hacksaw getting the big win. I liked that one. It's not a love one.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's the feels of the old, and it was just, I'm like, I need to get one under my belt by Saturday. And here it is at Saturday. Boom. I only got one this year, so I kind of feel like I let myself down.
You have time. You have time to get more in. You've got free time on Saturday. Just start piling through Rumbles.
See if I can get through 30 of them by 7 o'clock.
You need a time turner at that point.
I do.
You start Friday night.
Yeah. We'll see.
So.
How was your week, sir?
Besides the river that decided to go down in my basement, I think it's been a decent week so far. My water tank blew, guys. The joys of home ownership. So
there's a few hundreds of dollars down the river.
Down the river. It might be our Crimea Rumble River today. I think that might be our a Rumble River for the title. But it was. Got it in. Got the new one in. I went down, did laundry in the morning, Sunday. Saw the water running. Then it was, all right, let's get a new one in. We're fine. Okay, cool. It's not leaking. Great. Then Kimberly goes, is it supposed to be making noise? And I go, what kind of noise? She records it, brings it to me. I've never run as fast as that since I was at least 15, maybe earlier than that, maybe 2. But 2. Flying down the stairs. There's water shooting everywhere. Turned everything off. Had my brother-in-law over to help me originally, called him back. And then it was another couple hours of soldering and piecing together the piping to make it work. But
a few years ago, water tanks are just. Do you have a warranty on it?
Well, here's the thing. The water tank came with the house when I bought it, and at the time it was already 2 years old. So now it is just into 2025, so I think it ended up being about 7 years old because it was put in 2017. So I think it was just past the warranty. Water heaters in general tend to go 7-10 years maybe, but so it was coming.
Oh yeah.
I didn't tell Mark this. I said a couple weeks ago, because Kimberly and I were talking about the temperature in the water. I said, watch this fucking water heater's going. And sure enough, I jinxed myself because 2 weeks later it fucking blew.
Yeah. It gives you subtle hints.
It does. It does. You can feel it and you can tell.
And then we gave you enough hints.
We gave you enough hints. There's not enough sediment to keep this thing blocked anymore, so we're going to leak everywhere. But, yeah, outside of that, got wedding stuff planned. Looking forward to the weekend, enjoying the Rumble, enjoying other fun wedding planning stuff and some other things we got planned. But how about you? How has your week been?
Absolutely miserable. It's not even one of those weeks last week when I said I was so tired because I was busy and everything. Go in 6 a.m. Monday morning, leave at midnight because we had a water break. As soon as we punched out, we directly punched back in because water was spewing through a crack. And I don't mean just like trickling, I mean spewing, like those comedies that you see on TV when that's what it was doing, Jenks. And we're like, oh shit. But everybody knows that's not where the leak is. That's just the easiest way for water to get out.
Yeah.
4 holes later, we found it, tapped it off. When we found it, it was like 20 minutes. Boom, done. See you later.
God.
It was just the measuring and making sure, because it was a main, but it was a main with a bend.
Right.
It subsidized other areas. We're like, so that was that. Oh, by the way, it was only like 2 degrees Monday night.
Of course. Why would it be warm?
So there's that. Tuesday we got snowpocalypse again, and that was all fun. So there was another 12-hour day of catching up with the snow and the ice. Well, by the way, there was still a lot of water down where the water break was, so that was amazing. Thank God that's not part of my route, but they had like super salted. Wednesday was Wednesday. I actually got to do a basketball game Wednesday night. Thank you. Thursday, listen, I can't give all details yet, but we lost a vehicle at work. I'll leave it at that because we don't know yet. Investigation still continues.
Jesus. God.
And it wasn't like a beetle that we lost or a bug or, a Matchbox car. It was one of the big things. So, yeah, we'll see.
Oh, God. That's going to be rough.
That was another, I know it's only like an hour and a half we had to stay over. The person's all right, FYI. Person's all right. Nobody got injured at all. But, yeah, now that you get to do reports a lot, I got to stay to do a healthy report after we got the vehicle back.
That was the first report you had to do.
Dreadful. Because honestly, I wanted to come home, take a nap prior to recording and everything to kind of catch up of, hey, sleep is something that kids at the age of 2 hate, but when you're 47, you're like, man, I wish I would have taken all those naps when I was a kid. Maybe I would have saved some energy.
Feel a lot better now.
Right? Wish I didn't fight my babysitter or my mom and dad, because now I know how good naps are. So it is what it is. Here we go. Rolling into the weekend, getting set for Rumble, and just listen. The phone's going to be on airplane mode on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I got to count down.
Yeah. No, not even just because the Rumble's on it, which is, everybody knows, it's definitely my favorite pay-per-view because WrestleMania is an extravaganza. Yeah, it's 7:00. I don't care if God, the devil, you, Kimberly, anybody says, hey, there's 18 feet of snow out there. You need to go take care of it. Royal Rumble's on.
Y'all are on your own.
Yeah. Here's the keys to my truck, and here's my shovel. Have fun. I don't know.
I don't blame you one bit.
in overtime. Overtime's going to kill me this week.
Yeah.
That could probably be like, wow, this guy's a complete dick talking about getting overtime. I only get 20 hours a week at my job. Listen, I'll be paying the government a lot this week. On a spade. Sir Michael Jenks, I have some hot topics essentially in wrestling I want to talk about. Then we'll jump on and get our other stuff. But I have to go. One of our favorite shows has released its episodes.
Yep.
I'll run through them real quick. Let me know what you think. And I don't know how they're going to play them. These are just the ones. Hell in a Cell, Big Van Vader, Tony Atlas, Ludwig Borga, Billy Jack Haynes, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Superstar Billy Graham, Daphne, The Original Sheik, and Muhammad Assad. All Dark Side of the Ring episodes.
Yeah.
Which one piques your interest? Or which couple, I guess?
Well, obviously, from a Can Crusher standpoint, Daphne's going to be a major one to watch. Yeah. You know, I like Vader. I don't know exactly what that could entail. I'm assuming it's going to deal with late WCW into WWE time frame where he just things in politicking got the better of him in that scenario.
Thunder in Paradise, Vader.
Thunder, exactly. But the one I think I'm looking forward to maybe the most is Muhammad Hassan. We heard his story. I think it was on Chris Van Fleet earlier or last year, but now we get a Dark Side of the Ring episode. There's going to be probably a little bit nitty gritty to that I think could be interesting to see how everything fell apart for him in his career because of one incident.
Yeah.
And just bad timing, essentially, on WWE's part. So I think that one's going to be a pretty interesting story for the most part. What about you?
Definitely by sure. Vader, because we both love Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, I'm interested in because I liked his NWA stuff.
Yeah.
Two that I don't know where they're going. One, Ludwig Borga. I think we've heard everything about. I don't know how much more they could go.
Yeah. It could be a filler episode, too. Rehashing it.
In Hell in a Cell. Unless they're just showing us great highlights of when I was in Pittsburgh of Undertaker and Mankind, I don't know. Has there been a dark Hell in a Cell that I just don't remember?
I feel like it's going to be similar to Brawl for All, where it's what the match type was and how it was done. You know what I mean? Like Brawl for All, the idiocy around that whole tournament, and then how things just went completely sideways because Bart Gunn just knew how to box. It could box people.
It didn't tell anybody.
I think Hell in a Cell is going to be the same way. It's going to be focused around Mick Foley being the fucking toughest and, in some regards, not the smartest son of a gun to walk into that cell. He wanted to do things. I think that's going to be a heavy focus. We're going to see the blood, the gore. But I also think maybe we're going to deep dive into that red bullshit structure.
Get on that one.
That has to be something that they're going to dive into at some point.
I would hope. Yeah. Those two are my two fillers, though. Like the Ludwig and the Hell in a Cell could be interesting, but Daphne is number one by far for me.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell for me is going to be there's nothing they haven't told us. There's nothing that's been discussed. I know Mick Foley's going to be on it, so we're going to get a unique perspective. But I feel like he's talked about it enough that it's like we understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mick Foley put his life on the line several times for the fans, and we love him for that. So.
Yeah, he's right there in my arm.
Yeah, exactly. So the rest of them, I think it'll be pretty good.
We're gonna watch them. We're gonna it's a watch all the time.
Yep.
The other one that I have, and I think as we were going off air last week, we both said probably not getting it this year. And I'm going to talk about WWE 2K25 because the release of the cover has been the normal version is Roman. You can get the Bloodline version or the Dead Man version. None of them come with anything special in-game, essentially. It's just a different cover. Comes out March 14th. Pre-order, yada, yada, yada. The Bloodline version, I'm not getting it. I'm definitely not getting it. I promise you, I'm not getting it. But the Bloodline cover is awesome. I love the way they entangled everybody. I'm like, I thought they'd go like Bloodline. They'd put the one. They put Sammy in there, which
they did.
I love it.
Yep. It looks like a crazy tattoo. That would be fantastic to get. Just a full arm tattoo.
Fit it somewhere on there.
Yeah, maybe gotta go up the back. Just get a corner of the back done.
Over by Thunder in the back.
There you go. The one I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna buy it either because I told you guys last week I have a lot still to do in 24 that I should finish. But I'm intrigued to see how this island game mode works.
They compare it to NBA Playground.
Right, and I've never played that. Any NBA game I've gotten, I've never done the city, I've never done Playground, whatever it is. So I'm intrigued by the island itself, but nothing is screaming at me to go get it. Like, I'm hearing there's going to be promos in Universe mode. Great. I still have to play with Universe mode to see what I like and what I don't like about it. We talk about Buried Alive might be coming back. Cool. But is it enough to get me to buy? Probably not.
10 matches you'll do.
Yep, exactly. Because
be buried alive again.
I've played one ambulance match to see what it was like, and that's about it.
I hated it.
Then
the ambulance match.
The ambulance match, dumb to me.
Yeah.
Casket match, I was good with. I was cool with, but it was also like, okay, I got him in the casket. This should be over by now. But again, that's real life casket matches. But anyways.
Well, there's a Bloodlines rule match now.
There is.
Yeah. 1-on-1 and then
4-on-4.
Everybody can come out and then everybody leaves and then it ends 1-on-1 again.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Intergender matches are in. I'm all for that. That's cool. You can run Rhea through everybody. So
get it done.
Awesome. The showcase is based around the Bloodline. That's where it picks up about me. If it's going to be Roman has to fight his way through his dad and his uncle and Yokozuna and because it's all maybe like a dream, that's pretty cool. Not enough to make me buy it though.
True, but I feel like it's going to be you're just going to play as the entire Samoan dynasty. So you're going to play as Rikishi here. You're going to play as Afa and Sika there. You'll play as Rocky Johnson, The Rock. Different avenues. You're going to play as all of the Bloodline members at some point in their career. I would rather be what you talk about there. Roman starts at the bottom and has to become tribal chief. Or you pick a member of the Bloodline and you go through the rest of the Bloodline, whoever you pick.
Right.
So
I'd be for that.
Yeah.
The DLC is because I'm just so down on them. The pre-order DLC is the Wyatt 6.
That should be in the game.
Right. It should be in the game. 2, why is that your special DLC when it's either Dead Man or Bloodline? It makes no sense. I know you don't have to tie them together, but...
Well, to that point, though, if you get the Dead Man version, you get maybe an Undertaker character that hasn't been around, or maybe you get Mean Mark Callis or something from his olden days, WCW Dangerous Mark or whatever it was.
It was Mean Mark Callis.
It was Mean Mark Callis, but I know there was different iterations and different federations of that. Or, like for the Bloodline, maybe that's how you get Afa and Sika and all of them. You pre-order, you get the Bloodline, or if you don't pre-order, you don't get it until you get in the fucking showcase mode. Yeah, Exactly. That should be how it should be related. But outside of that, the White Six just seem like they're just being sacrificed for a pre-order.
Yeah. Why? And you're trying to push them.
Yeah.
Horribly. We'll get into that.
And they kind of dropped it already.
Yeah. Well, these guys are your DLCs.
Yeah.
With no other, hey, more DLCs to come. Because there's over 300 wrestlers in it. Which, listen, you're going to be like, what? Is there a point that it's sometime there's way too many wrestlers in the game?
Well, you're not going to play with all. You would have to be there literally 24/7 to play as all of them and wrestle every single one of them.
Right. Is somebody going to pick, I don't, old game or whatever? Is somebody pick and Dawkins? Somebody going to run the gamut with Dawkins?
No.
Okay. Or Bray.
I would love to
go back in the day.
Well, that's exactly. To me, I'd love to see. I know there's no way to count this. How many people are playing as actual legends and how many people are playing as the current roster? Because I think it's night and day. And I think if you're playing in a game, you're playing as the old roster, maybe against like a Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, versus you're playing as bum shit something or other that's out of Bob Smith coming out of bumfuck nowhere. Right? You're not playing as Bob Smith. You're playing as Roman, as Seth, as
beating the Christ out of Bob Smith.
Exactly. He's the sacrificial lamb going through it all.
So 2K, there's nothing. Like, maybe in 2 years when I buy another one, these should still be in the game, right? They're now fixed. It's only available, I believe, for the next gen consoles. So they're going to be able to piggyback these matches forever anymore, right? You can't take Intergender out after this year.
No. These matches are staying.
Right. Nothing's in this to make me say, I really need it this year.
Yeah.
So, not going to get it. But I am getting Jenks. I am getting MLB The Show. With the release of the 3 people on the cover, which first time for 3 people on the cover, Paul Skeens, Ellie Dela Cruz, and Gunnar Henderson, the leak a little bit about colleges being in there. Now, I doubt it's going to be a boatload of colleges.
Yeah, it's probably going to be just couple. You're going to fucking. Oh, you're going to Oregon or Florida State for your college career because there's only 6 that we have that play through here. You know. Tallahassee or whatever. Baby
steps. Play a couple games in college and maybe it does something, but yeah, I'll get baseball this year.
Do you think it's now? I haven't seen too much on the show. I've seen the little things. Are the college teams only in the road to the show, or is it?
Imagine.
I was going to say I didn't think it was going to be in a free play mode.
That is being. I have dug a little bit off wrestling notes or anything notes. I have dug a little bit, and there is some talk. 2K wants to bring out college hoops again. So college players look for your NIL deal there.
Yeah.
And I would imagine Sony would run with a college then baseball game. I don't know how you release those, though. I know EA just did it with Madden in college football. Right. Maybe this year is the tease. As soon as they get the show out, they deep dive into college baseball next year. And you get a rehashed MLB The Show next year. And you'll do that play back and forth of which one gets the real big refurbish one year. The other one gets rehashed with its different names. Because that's what's going to happen in college and Madden because they're too damn close together.
Oh, 100%. They're within, 2 weeks of each other when they release? Yeah, this year's college football, don't expect much.
No.
I don't think.
Madden will get the bump next year.
Yep, yeah. Exactly.
Those are the 2 big things I wanted to talk about. 2K and then Dark Side of the Ring. Do you have anything?
Those were my 2 big things. Let's say Trips getting the Hall of Fame.
Do you like that he was the first one announced? So is he the showcase talker? Inductee is the correct word, Mark?
Probably. He might be the big name this year. And then it's just maybe legacy on top of that. I don't think Jesse Ventura is in the Hall of Fame, so I'm betting he's going to be the next announcement, the old guy going in. Yeah, he's got to be the front runner at this point.
Do they throw Bray in this year? And I mean it nicely because they always do somebody post. They always anymore do somebody post.
I mean, they may.
Would that be above Triple H then?
I think if it was last year, yeah. But I don't know about this year. You can't top Triple H this at all.
I agree.
Whether you want to or not, Triple H is going to be ingrained in this. So, and we'll put this in perspective too. This would be the first acting COO or person in charge of all of creative going into the Hall of Fame while they are in office, like in the office or in the seat of this. Vince never did this. His father never did this. I don't know if Triple H would have done this without the others pushing it through for him and making it happen.
Now, Steffi already came out on Pat McAfee and other places saying it was Shawn and Undertaker.
Yeah. So there's a respect level there that said he has to be in by himself. He has to be this.
He definitely needs it.
He definitely needed it by himself. Yeah, agreed. The other flip side of this to me, I wonder if this, and this is going to sound morbid and be a little bit, but I wonder if the health scare a couple years ago has maybe put this in perspective for a lot of people and said, maybe he should just go in now in case something happens in 5 years, in 10 years down the road. Let's be proactive about this.
Strong possibility. Steffi's got to induct him, right? I would be so mad if she
did. It's not Stephanie, it's Shawn Michaels. And if it's not
all of them out there,
I think they're all going to show up at one point.
At the end, I don't care, but I don't want them all out there to say, remember when we said suck it and the rehash? I don't want this to be a DX one. I want this to be Hunter Hearst Helmsley's induction.
This has to be like the Undertaker's. If you want to have little mannequins set up with different attire, things that he had throughout his career, that's great. But give him the spotlight to just be Hunter and appreciate the moment. Let him appreciate the moment. I don't care if they're in the crowd, that's fine. But let him appreciate the moment and take in all that glory right there.
At the end, call him up if you want to do whatever, but give him his time.
Exactly.
Anything off the record? Not off the record because we're recording. Anything that you want to bring up outside of wrestling that you saw that you're like, oh, man.
Wait, let me take a step back because I want to bring this up too in wrestling. How do you feel about them renaming streets after wrestlers for the Rumble?
I'm all for it. I think they should be. It's only for the weekend.
I mean, Yeet Street. We got Cody just gets Cody Road. That's it. That's all his. It was perfect.
I love that one.
That was
Cody
perfect.
Road.
Yeah, Cody Road, John Cena. I think there was another one. Can't remember who the fourth guy was, but
is Google or Maps or Waze going to understand? Turn on Cody Road. No possible way.
There's no chance. Well, you know what? There might be a chance. If Google can turn the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America, then maybe it's going to turn into Cody Road for a weekend. Who knows? But
it's hokey. I like it.
I love it. As a wrestling fan, I absolutely love it. So more power to it.
Next week when we go down, it's changed.
It's 44th Street or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-wrestling related. Oh man, what do we got? Oh, the Super Bowl matchup can go to hell.
Yeah.
Not enthused by that. So I'm there for.
I don't know if you heard how happy I was when I was recording the interview Sunday night with the gatekeeper for this Wednesday's show. Dude is an Eagles fan. dude loves the Chiefs. All of that was happening during the interview, and I was pounding PBRs because I was disgusted. Great interview, by the way. Great interview.
I am an Eagles fan for this whole thing, but I can't root for the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I can't do it right now. At the end of the day, though, I wanted the Commanders-Bills Super Bowl.
I did too.
That was the one I wanted. But
then I didn't care who won that, though, either.
Well, exactly, because that would have been just fun to watch. It would have been something different in the Super Bowl. That would have been just an enjoyable game. Now I'm going to be like, okay.
As a Steelers fan, and on this side of Pennsylvania, the Eagles are as bad as Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati to me. I'm all right seeing the first three-peat, even though if we see the three-peat, at least I'll get to see Tay-Tay.
That's fair.
We'll see Tay-Tay no matter what, though.
Yeah, they're going to see Tay-Tay the whole broadcast at that point.
Yeah.
But how funny would it be, though, they get a three-peat with Tom Brady calling the game? I think that's going to be fucking hilarious.
Right.
But, yeah.
First Super Bowl to end in a tie? That would be awesome.
They would never they would never let it happen, but I would just be soaking that in for sure.
8 overtimes later, people are just arms falling off. They're like, we don't have anybody left on the bench.
And I think at that point, people would actually be invested because they're like, oh my God, who's going to do it?
Is the punter going to be the running back?
Like, yeah, who's going to be this fucking guy? Big backup center, just going to be the fullback, just plowing people over at that point.
See, that's the Super Bowl I'll watch. I'm not invested in this one.
I agree. I'm not invested. Next year it's blue, so maybe it's going to be Bills Lions at the next one. That's the logo. Have you heard that theory?
Yeah, I've heard that for years now.
Yeah, but I mean, hey.
Do you buy into it?
I would have bought into it if we're not forcing Tay-Tay as the purple image on the one Super Bowl Cup. Well, I think it was last year or the year before, something like that. But I could see it. They got lazy with the Super Bowl logo, so I could see them being like, oh, well, here you go. Here's who it is.
Yeah. All these conspiracy theories, try to figure it out as we release it.
You know what? It makes it fun.
Who's the halftime show? Is it Kanye? What is it? Who is it?
Oh, it's Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, same thing to me. I don't.
Oh, see, I'm actually the most excited for that.
Really?
Last year I became a big Kendrick fan, and him and Drake beefing, and pretty much Kendrick has just destroyed him in all of his songs that came out. And he's calling out Drake for being a pedophile that's not been outed as one. So leave it at that. But it's been kind of entertaining, and I've been getting on the hip hop and rap scene. So
you like the hip hop back in the old Sequels days?
I like Eminem and all that, and Kendrick is a really good rapper outside of that beef. I will give him that.
I really lost my train of thought right there.
You wasn't expecting that.
No, I was not. I had no clue where we were going with this. Commercials, hopefully they're good. But listen, it starts at like 8:37 at night on a Sunday night. Guess who's probably not going to watch the whole Super Bowl?
I will be falling asleep by that. By probably the end of it, I'll probably be almost there. Tired and out. One last thing before we go. I am going to say it because it seems like every 3 months we have to say this on the podcast. Leave the fucking women wrestlers alone, or men wrestlers. Just leave them alone.
Right.
You're not entitled to anything of their business, being in their face, doing whatever.
Asking them on dates,
whatever you think it is. Don't do it. Nobody wants that.
No. Asuka's mental health now is distraught.
Yep.
Does she... predictions may be ruined, but we've thought for months now, essentially. Does this mess up her return tonight?
I feel like, to me, I think it might, because why would she put herself out there after this? What seems to be this piece of shit, this emotionally traumatizing trauma, is occurring.
Yeah,
I would not put myself out there for several months. It's like when Sonya's home got invaded, in that you're invading their privacy, invading their personal space. Get away. Go away. Leave them alone.
You hear about it more with professional wrestlers. Like, listen, I follow Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Matt McConaughey. You don't hear them having as many crazy stalkers as wrestlers. Maybe it's more because we're deep into it or something like that we pay attention or whatever. Or it just seems like it comes out more. Sonya or this one, or listen, this goes crazy. It's even deeper on the indie circuit because there's people backstage that are creepers on definitely the women and every, like, if you work the show, work the fucking show, leave the girls alone and guys alone. Fans, you are not part of their life. You are part of their gimmick because they're on TV or wherever. You do not need to be. This is why Sasha / Mercedes hates people, essentially, at airports and everything. There's a time and a place for this. Nothing's free in life anymore. You don't, not even a picture. Stop.
Yeah.
So she won't give people time at airports and anything. I think everybody needs to start doing that. I really do. I won't judge them for it.
No.
People get too nice. Asuka seems like a sweetheart in real life. And then there's this one asshole that takes over the limit because she said hi and he thinks a marriage proposal is going to come.
Yeah.
You're fucking creeps.
Creeps, desperate fucking people. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Let them be and let them live their lives. And to your point earlier, it's probably because Jennifer Aniston and all them have boatloads of money that they can throw at security or whatever to get rid of these people. And unfortunately, some wrestlers don't have that disposable income. They live and they are fending for themselves, essentially. Like, just don't do it. Think about it.
Clearly, they're not.
No, clearly they're not.
They're not. Again, self-promotion real quick before we get into the ads and to come back with wrestling. Don't forget, this past Wednesday was back to Oklahoma, one of our favorite states here on Can't Crushers. I think we've finally shot down the whole cereal milk issue that Oklahomans had out there. The gatekeeper definitely shuts it down, and he agrees with us that if you don't put your cereal in first and then your milk, you're a sociopath. A lot of other great things on there. We actually turned into a little bit of a Bible study, which when I recorded that, I was kind of down in the dumps, and he just kind of brought me right back around with a little Bible verse that we did. A lot of football talk and a lot of hating on each other. It was a pure classic. So make sure you check it out. Want to pay the bills?
Let's pay the bills.
Collar and Elbow hats, hoodies, tees, all the cool stuff that Al Snow and Hooligans have at Collar and Elbow Wrestling brand. Go and check them out. I did get an email recently this week that new merch is coming again for them. It's kind of their springtime, so they're going to be throwing some weird ass shit out there. Make sure you check out their shirts, hats, hoodies, and all that. I've had stuff since the start of the podcast, and I'll tell you, it still looks pristine. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. I don't know if they're going to like the deepest, darkest Africa places, like Kamala's making it for them or something. I don't know, but shit's always great. How many times have you had a shirt for 8 years, washed it 100 times,
and it still looks good? Not that often.
Right.
High quality.
Yeah, the Collar and Elbow stuff is. Jenks, you can get a discount on it, right?
Yeah, you can get 10% off if you type in Can Crushers as the promo code. Save yourself that one. Yeah, he's the one drinking. I'm drinking water over here, but save yourself that money, and yeah, get yourself some high quality merch from them. You could also go to www.shop.com, put in our affiliate code. Can't say you're going to get a discount or not, but you can get some decent merch from there and get yourself appareled up. Not in time for the Rumble, but at least you can order stuff for the winner. For Mania. Maybe you want to support the winner of the Rumble, whoever that may be, he or she. So
I have to pull out. We were talking about clothes. That's what I wanted to say. By the way, we'll finish or pay the bills. And I'll answer that. Saturday, I can pull my Royal Rumble shirt out. You know how we were talking about we have so many clothes that we don't wear them. I have to dig for my Royal Rumble shirt, so that's going to be Saturday or today as you guys are listening.
Perfect.
Yeah, so go over to WWE and the affiliate code down below. Don't forget, we also have merch over at CrowdMade. So type in CrowdMade, search that up, and then when you're inside their website, type in Can Crushers, and you'll see T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, tanks, hoodies, sweatshirts. You can look sweet. Definitely not by today to wear it to, the Royal Rumble. But again, you'll get it by when you're going to WrestleMania, and you can rep Can Crusher stuff at WrestleMania.
100%. And maybe when you're traveling to WrestleMania, you want to listen to us while you travel. So you can listen to us anywhere. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever it may be. You can listen to us anywhere. And, listen to our sultry voices, even on YouTube. It's just a picture, but you can still hear our sultry voices on there.
Even on YouTube. Hey, we have an email, too. It's cancrusher69@gmail.com. I revealed the date, but I didn't circle it on my calendar. It's around Jenks' birthday.
22nd, I think you said.
Yeah. That was playing pretending to be stupid. That's going to be our next Can Crushers. I honestly didn't write it down on the calendar, but
that's fair.
So make sure you get your questions in via email, via any of the social medias that Jenks is going to announce. Listen, this is going to be, when Jenks gives you this number, this is going to be the last call for this phone number. If we don't get any Ask Can Crushers voices questions on the phone number, I'm going to send it back. I'm going to send it back and say, we're getting enough through email or social media.
Yeah.
So this is your last call.
So 814-299-6687. Contact us, call us, bring your voices to the podcast, people. I think others want to listen to you. Let's do this. I go through the social medias. If you want to DM us there, the social medias. We don't need to listen to them all. We don't go on Threads, so don't do that. But we do have a Threads account. It posts there. But it gets posted, but we don't touch Threads. It's a cesspool, and we make it a disease. So be safe.
All right. Before we take our break, and then when I was thinking about looking for my Royal Rumble shirt, is what it was. This thing came up from a friend of a friend, and Jenks and I have bought into it. Okay. Supposedly mine's going to be here this week for recording next week. Jenks essentially ordered the same day as well, right?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Okay. So his is, I'm shocked that you didn't get yours yet since you're a bigger market than Hickville down here.
But some things happen.
So what it is that you can't buy them anymore. It was like a 2-day sale. I saw it on the last day, and I strong-armed Jenks to get into it. You could have bought a T-shirt for $20 or a hoodie for $40. Because I don't have enough hoodies, I decided, let's get another hoodie. What it is, and this only will start in August-ish. Yeah. But we're going to do the reveal probably next week if both of our boxes come. It was a mystery college box, okay, of a hoodie or a shirt. I picked hoodie. I believed you picked a T-shirt, right?
Yep. I did.
Okay. So, Jenks repping tonight his Oregon stuff. He's an Oregon Ducks fan. That's going to be his number one team next year, without a doubt. Always is.
Uh-huh.
Pitt will be mine. whatever comes out of this box next week will be our number 2 teams. So we both hate Alabama. We both hate many teams.
Yeah.
We're hoping we get none of those. And we get a Sun Belt team, an FBS team, something that we could really sink our teeth into.
Right.
We don't have all the ideas thrown out there, but one of us will win something only with not our number 1 teams. That's our love, our passion.
Yes.
But whoever has a better record at the end of college football next year with this makeshift number 2 will get something. $5, whatever. Not that we condone betting or anything like that. But
yeah. But I'm excited to see what I can get. I'm excited. I'm hoping it's somebody just the most obscure fucking thing imaginable.
We're both rooting for FCS teams. Essentially.
We are. Even, you know what, D12, Division 2, whatever it is, we'll take it. Let's go. I just want to see what it ends up being. It's going to be, I can't wait.
What if you get a Mercyhurst hoodie?
Honestly, I was looking at something, so that would be fantastic for me.
Right? But then that's an easy win for you.
It is an easy win for me, but they're going to be shit, so I'm not winning whatever bet we're doing. It'll be year 2 in Division 1. So
do we do this every year, that we continue to collect hoodies of teams that we don't like?
If they continue this sale, I think we have to.
I agree. I don't think I need a hoodie every year, but
no, I think my reasoning behind the T-shirt was I'll cut the sleeves off at some point and make it a cutoff. Yeah. Because of that, we do it every year. We're retiring the team for that season, and you move on.
Whatever one I get next year will. If I get the Raging Cajuns, it's gonna be turned into a work hoodie.
Exactly.
Then.
Yep.
So
just let it get beat the shit, but
yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. That's our pseudo big announcement that we're stupid and we bought into that. So
I think this is one of the smartest things we've done.
Probably. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap this week in wrestling, starting with AEW, sliding to WWE, and then in segment 3, what everybody wants to hear. So we'll probably rush the week along so we could really dive into the Royal Rumble because we're excited.
Hell yeah.
This is the Indiana werewolf, Dustin Wolf, and you are listening to Can Crushers Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Jenks, we took a little bit of a break to go get more beverages, but I have to tell you, this is one of the big things I forgot to tell in the life update part of the podcast.
Okay.
So last week I was on the TikTok shop because TikTok's back. I love the TikTok shop. I am addicted to it. I get all my essential oils for my diffuser on there. I got, by the way, this isn't the story yet, but I got marshmallow and campfire. Oh my God, the house smells unbelievable right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like an addiction to all the smells now. I'm going through and finding ones that I like.
Okay.
And then ones that I don't like, I'm pillaging off to people. I'm like, do you have a diffuser? Yeah. Oh, here's a orange tree. Yeah, but I do like orange tree. But like, I don't want the old ones like rosemary. Here, you can have that if I get one of those or this, that. I like one of my favorites is Fruit Loops.
Okay.
That's in the house.
Nice.
This marshmallow campfire is unbelievable. Anything pine, I'm all for. So I was looking for extra essential oils.
Yeah.
But it brought me down a food path for some reason. And one of my favorite things in the world is devil dogs made by Drake's Cakes.
Okay.
So I see it says 2 for $10. I'm like, oh, all right, that's, $5 a box.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We don't have them around here. I'm all for that. That's 16 devil dogs.
Yeah.
No, it meant 2 cases
No.
Wait. So Mark thinking, oh, if I spend $20 on these, I will get 4 boxes of 8, 32 devil dogs. They're probably going to go out by mid-February. I can eat that many. No, it meant 2 cases for $10 of 10 boxes in a case. So that would have been 20 with just one order.
Oh my God.
Mark orders 2, thinking I'm getting 2 boxes essentially. I now have 40 boxes of 8-count devil dogs in my kitchen. Figure out the math. 40 times 8 is 320 devil dogs.
God.
That go out of date February 20th.
You only have a month?
So 2 cases, two 8-packs have already been brought to work. Gave some to Ethan to take to school. Like, and it is taken. Remember the dilly bar incident from a couple years ago? Yeah, this is the devil dog incident. When you saw 2 for $10, you think you're getting
a couple boxes. Yeah.
I don't read descriptions. It said cases in the fucking description. So I have 4 cases of Drake's devil dogs.
Oh my God.
First and foremost, I didn't know what this big ass box was on my porch. I'm like, what the MF did I order? And again,
seriously,
this is the beer that I had right there. It's first beer in probably 2 weeks. So it wasn't a drunken ordering. It was like, oh, devil dogs. Yeah, I'll take those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
But for $20, 320 devil dogs.
I mean, it's a great deal. Don't get me wrong.
It's a great deal.
Fuck.
But I got a month. Everybody's been telling me I'm losing weight. So apparently devil dogs can help me.
Could be like diabetes. Still there at the end of Dodgeball, just sitting on his couch, just rappers and shit. Fucking Chuck Norris.
When I get rid of these, I have so much room for activities then too. Jenks, there's a good, bad, and the ugly for AEW as we dive into AEW, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to start with good. Right off the bat.
Let's do it.
Our girl, the glamour herself. She was on TV for 3 minutes, and it was probably some of the greatest 3 minutes for me this week because just a remark, well, hey, Huntsville, let's change it to a C, and the 13-year-old little humor just got me. And then she just listed every place that she beat the Christ out of Tony Storm. Let's rewind. Tony Storm is now timeless again. Yeah. That happened over the weekend.
That was the biggest piece for me. Was I loved that whole transformation. He was playing a game. Timeless Tony was playing a game.
I think they pulled it a little too fast, though. I think they could have gotten another to Revolution on it.
Yeah, but I think with Grand Slam 2 weeks away, it being in Australia,
we need to talk about that.
Okay, but I think they just had to pull the trigger. And here's the thing. They're in Daly's place, so it was too tempting of an offer not to do it in Daly's place.
I get it.
I agree with you. I think they could have pulled this the week of the show, and it would have been perfect. But now, 2 weeks out, Mariah May has a chance to rebound from it and recover from the discovery of it.
We'll get back to Dynamite and Collision and everything. I think they dropped the ball big time on their Australian show.
Well, it's recorded. It's now a TV special.
It's not going to be on at 8 o'clock at night because they have other obligations that are, bigger than AEW that they've had on there for years. It's the NBA All-Star shit. That whole weekend.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
When are they planning to air it? Because that was supposed to be.
Yeah. Maybe after the All-Star break stuff. Because I think it's what? Is it Saturdays like the slam dunk contest, 3-point contest, the skills and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because the game's on Sunday. Those really don't have a time frame of when they can be over. There's times the NBA stuff has lasted till 11 o'clock. Starting at like 6.
Yeah.
Does it only show on Max? Oof. You just build all this up and you're only going to show it on Max now?
Max. They're saying. Yeah, I'm trying to read on mine where it might be. I'm guessing it's going to end up being on Max.
Can they bump it to?
They're calling. Somebody's reporting it's 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, still.
So yeah, they've bumped it out. I would think you would want to put it on Max early.
Yeah. How about what's really going on a Saturday night on TBS? Why can't you just put it on TBS? There's no Braves game. It's probably going to be, I don't know, Who's the Boss or the other people. It's going to be a sitcom or some cheesy movie that's been on TBS 75 times.
It's definitely going to be a movie of some sort. It's not going to be anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Why can't we just put it, it's not going to be live, but why can't we just put it live at 8 o'clock on TBS?
Well, I guess that's the other flip side is you have this Max deal. Why isn't it live on Max?
It would be, and again, it would be like 2:30 in the morning, but we've woken up.
We've woken up before to watch stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Chamber last year was at 5 a.m.
Right.
People will watch it if you put it on at the appropriate time.
So you're telling me I can't be on social media in America because spoilers are going to be out there as we're going.
Yeah. And it's going to ruin the program. So I will say this. If Tony's not winning, I don't think anybody's tuning into that because I get Osprey and Omega is a big deal, but that would not be what drives me to that show.
No. Not at all. I don't know. I think I don't know if we announced dates prior to talking to TNT or TBS. You know the NBA stuff has been planned for 5 years.
100%. You know when the NBA stuff is happening. You, as a conscious business person, sit there and say, I'm on a network that has NBA coverage. What's the schedule?
Yeah.
And if you see All-Star Weekend, you know, well, that's not me.
Right. Remember last week we said he was a great business person, not wrestling promoter?
He fell through the cracks on that one a little bit.
He did. All right, back to Dynamite and Collision and all of that. My number one was definitely Mariah's rebuttal, essentially. What did you like?
Well, my number one was Tony, because Tony flipping the script was the biggest thing ever. Like, you gave me a little hint that you didn't like it. You might not have liked it. I'm really appreciating Ricochet's heel work, and I feel like the whole incident with using AR Fox as a human shield to get out of the ring this week on Dynamite was some of the better things I've seen. Ricochet has definitely come to shine in AEW, which is, I will say, is not an easy thing when you come from WWE. So he's standing out more and more. I've never seen a human shield on a mat before to protect yourself to get out of a ring.
I actually like that. That's not the ugly that I have.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But that was one of my biggest things. That was superb kind of heel work going on there.
It was. My match of the night goes to Yuta and White. That was I love that match.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
They shined.
Well, they stole the show. That was the match of the night. That was what did it in. I think that was the most fun I've had with it. I will say Brian Cage and Ospreay, that suplex spot sticks with you. The aftermath of that kind of stuck with you as well. I like the retaliation by the Callis family on that. But to your point, Jay White is showing out right now.
Really,
and he's really escalated to the level he should be at. It's the Bang Bang Gang, I guess, maybe held him back, but also 2/3 of the gang, 2/4 of the gang bag are coming back in some point in time in the next couple weeks.
Sooner than later.
Later, exactly.
Definitely be on the March pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I'm gonna go right to my ugly. We can just bounce around then. Monet and Yuka was a good to great wrestling match. I will not take that away from them.
Yeah.
At no point when Yuka was winning, getting a 2.9 count, did I think Yuka was ever going to win. I think, and this isn't a knock, this is kind of a pat on the back, but it's, to me, I'm like, I had no skin in the game because they don't have anybody build up from Monet to make me think, oh, maybe it's all these one-offs. It's like we were saying with the after WrestleMania last year with Cody and all the one-offs. I'm like, well, this is going to be a shitty title run. Monet's held it forever now. Whatever. She's clearly we're on pace. She's going to break Jade's record. That's what is being set in stone right now. I don't care what anybody says. Can we get her with something that means anything, though? There was no story. There was a story in the match, and everybody's like, you keep backpedaling. No, her matches are great. She's just got nothing going on besides matches. And you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. There's no story.
Yeah.
The only story she's got going on right now is Stat. And now we're just waiting in the wings until maybe Stat 3. Is that what's going to end up happening at Revolution? Who knows? But you're absolutely right. There's nothing going on right now. Maybe Camille getting injured kind of deflated some things with that. Took away from it. Maybe it was a short-term arrangement between the two of them that would have had Camille face her sooner rather than later. But now it's just kind of, she's floating, if you will. Nothing really substantial happening, nothing really investable. You can't invest in it too much.
And just because it was a title match, it had to be the main event. Tony, you have had title match start the shows.
Yep.
Jay and Yuta should have been the main event. Or your first match. Kenny and Cage could have been, and then leave with them being
decimated. Yep. There's more stakes in that than Mercedes.
Yeah. And I'm not hating on her because I still love her. I love what she does in the ring. Lineups. We've talked about lineups ad nauseum before.
Yeah.
I imagined a lot of people turned to TV.
Well, yeah, there's
nothing else on. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. There's the most important things that happened that had stakes happened before 9:30 or right around just before that match started.
Yeah.
Right. So then there's no other stakes involved besides a title match. Why would I care? Why should I care to be on it and watch it?
I watched thinking,
oh yeah, but
maybe somebody's going to come out at the end. Not knowing who, because nobody is built to take her on right now but Stat.
Yeah.
My next thing has to go to Renee. I don't know at times when she's even working with her husband, she can keep a straight face. The whole Mox interview promo and everything in the back, I understand it. I understood it completely. He was a lunatic fringe again, essentially. And Renee's just there. Oh, this is a normal day with me and the kid and John at the house. So nothing, like, she's just straight faced, like, never thinking, oh, this is my husband. I know they played a part on TV. She never gets involved.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you crack sometimes? Like,
well, Pac in a box,
right? I know.
That got me. I'm like, well, come on now. Pac in the fucking box. You got Swiss kind of being the tough guy. Mox has clearly got this god complex going on, but I couldn't.
It's
I
like
could
he's
not
on.
sit there.
It's like he's on LSD, God, though.
He's moving around. He's like losing his mind. He's like, well, I'm gonna bleed this in because my ugly was the Jarrett Castagnoli match and the Death Riders as well, because it was just the interview did nothing to serve them.
No.
The Jarrett obviously doesn't do anything to serve them. Swiss is just a machine, so obviously he's going to produce. But it was just ugly, bad. I don't believe Jeff Jarrett's even close to being a threat to the Death Riders.
No.
I don't think he needed to be given the paradigm shift to lose it in the neutralizers. I don't believe that. I'm still not believing Jarrett and MJF is a viable feud.
Well, was it just from promo? Okay, we have to have Claudio in a match. Okay, well, who's he going to fight? Well, shit, there's no extra time. We need to get MJF on the card. Well, who's MJF doing something? Oh, Jarrett. Oh, yeah, let's put Claudio and Jarrett in a match for no fucking reason.
Oh, yeah.
And then, at the end of the match, after everybody leaves, MJF comes out and lays them out.
Yeah. No.
That half an hour was, besides the promo, was stupid funny in my mind and everything.
Right.
Stupid funny of this breaking it down.
Right.
In wrestling terms, what just happened?
Yeah. And let's go off of that, because there is more story and more tangible story to be taken from Hangman and MJF just crossing paths in the back than it was from Jarrett and MJF beating up Jarrett in the ring. And let's take that a step back. Hangman going to find Swerve again.
I know.
Are we going to be friends? What is happening here with this?
No, I don't care.
I don't care either. And then they're past it, and then the MJF thing, it's like, there's more told there than what is happening with Jarrett in the ring.
In real time, that was probably about a minute.
Yes. Yep.
And we're like, oh, yeah, that's what we wanted.
We got bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and we were all about that.
20 minutes, so we're like, what are they doing here?
Yeah, why are we fucking watching this? What is happening?
Yeah. There's times that I know he's your favorite human being on the face of the earth, and I kind of get through it. Oh, dude, just go away. Y2J.
Wasn't sure if you were being sarcastic or not.
I
am now clamoring.
Fast-forwarding his shit?
Fast-forwarding his shit? No, because here's why. I want to fast forward to when Big Bill lays his ass out. Because Big Bill now, the story is him hating on Big Bill and Big Bill going to get out of this. I don't pay attention to Jericho when he's on. I couldn't tell you what he fucking said the past 2 years. But to me, it's now, hi guys. It's now, what is Big Bill doing in response? The hatred is there. It's wearing on me. I need to be a monster is there. Him and Hobbs had a parking lot brawl that was great. We had some sort of something to bite into with Big Bill with that. Okay, now let's take it the next step. How do we get away from Jericho? Are we on the path to revolution, or are they dragging this shit out for another few months past that?
Well, remember how we just said Tony and Mariah could have lasted longer?
Yeah.
Can we hit the fast forward button on this storyline?
They picked the wrong storyline to fast forward.
They did. They did. Last thing I have that I want to bring about, and again, just being force fed to us, and I don't think anybody gives a shit, happened after Jay White and Yuta. Rated FTR comes out. And I watched the crowd. There's a couple people excited just to see Edge for the first time ever in their lives in Huntsville.
Yeah.
In FTR. But it didn't get what they thought they were going to get out of it.
Yeah, they've never gotten anything they thought they were getting out of this. The fans are done. I think we are expecting a certain level of professional wrestling that we know when we see certain individuals on the screen we're not going to get.
Right.
And that's going to get even more apparent if people watch old Dynamite, old AEW pay-per-views and stuff versus the new stuff. Because we got wrestling, springing in with a lightness, little bit of storyline, and it was perfect. It was great, fantastic. Now we're trying to be entertainment, and the characters aren't right when the wrestling hits the fan.
Exactly. Well said. It's not. I don't know.
We need the homegrown stuff. We need the ones that I always call it the Isle of Misfit Toys. We need the ones that have something to prove and that were discarded.
We need the Darbys. We need the Ricky Starks. We need the Guevaras.
The Swerves. I'm going to throw them in here. Ricochets, because Ricochet's showing me something.
Listen, for years, everybody knows I hated Ricochet.
I know.
I'm not saying I like him yet.
But he's growing.
He's growing because I like him as a heel. Yep. He's never been a heel. This is a different side.
Mm-hmm.
And he also, I don't care what anybody says, he doesn't flip around as much anymore.
No.
He does every once in a while, but it's not 75 times a match to drop an elbow.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking fighting.
Yep.
I could like this guy, but I'm not sinking my teeth in because I've been burned in the ass before.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's something different from him. Yeah. It's something different from him. And that's the point. We like that underdog story. FTR, people have loved FTR because they were the greatest tag team, got thrown aside in WWE, came out, put on tag team clinic after tag team clinic after tag team clinic, and you could not get enough. Now you're pairing them with an aged veteran who just comes from the WWE system and the entertainment system and doesn't like when you go off script, because this is why Starks is in purgatory right now.
Yeah.
They are now in a very much confined box. And I know they're bros, but still, they're in a confined box that's hurting them.
I still think their alignment with Punk has done something to their booking, and that's from Tony.
I agree.
Anything else on AEW?
No.
So kind of have the same thing for WWE this week because the meat and potatoes of WWE happens tonight.
Yeah.
So I have the good, bad, and the ugly. Man, I want to watch the War Raiders and the Judgment Day again. And we should have said this earlier. JD McDonough, you're a fucking lunatic. Best wishes that you get well soon. But
Yeah.
prior to that, man, they're letting the War Raiders be the War Raiders from NXT. I didn't know if JD and Dom were going to be the team that I wanted, but they are.
They are. They 100% are. They're the perfect folly. The War Raiders, they're cooking on all cylinders. And you're right. JD, holy fuck. Even after that,
Yeah, even
the
after
match, even after he got hurt, the match itself was still amazing. He was still pulling out what he needed to, getting where he had to be. Bro, what the hell?
broken ribs, a collapsed lung, a collapsed lung.
Yeah.
Run those words together.
I think you were trying to say clavicle for some reason.
I don't. Yeah.
But
yeah. Finishes the match with that, and then, damn.
That's so dangerous. And of course it is. And he collapsed backstage as soon as he got through the curtain.
Yeah. And then he announced essentially that, hey, I'm out for a while.
Yeah. Speedy recovery.
I don't think they were going to get the tag. I think this is War Raiders for a while.
100%. They're at least to Mania.
Right. That's a while for WWE.
It is a while for WWE. I think, but after that, then there might be something might come up, but
right to the ugly again, to bounce back and forth, because I love this. Nobody gives a shit about the New Day. They tried it again with the Woods family turning. Good. Cool. Nobody
but they didn't seize the opportunity with it. Immediately give them the tag titles. Immediately run them through the gamut. You're one-off singles matching. No. Yeah. Don't do that. Tag titles.
The War Raiders could have had everything they have right now in a couple months at Mania.
Yeah.
Essentially. The War Raiders destroy New Day at Mania.
Exactly.
Or then let them run the summer.
Let's say Big E comes back. There's your story. Big E costs them the tag titles at Mania. Cool. Then your summer of Big E and New Day. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's the perfect combination for this. But New Day, they did this amazing, what should have been an amazing turn.
Right.
And to get them right into our tag titles, they've done nothing with it.
No. They're meeting families, kissing babies, and babies don't care. Families don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care either. What do you have as good as bad right now?
Good, I would say the layers upon layers going on with Sammy and Drew and Sammy in general. Now we're 2 weeks in a row, he's misfired with the haluva kick and has hit allies. Kevin Owens loves this. Drew loves this. Is Sammy doing it intentionally or is Sammy doing it by accident? The question is now in everybody's mind. Why? Because Sammy turned on the bloodline at one point, and that is, I think, built into the story of Sammy is really good friends with KO. Why would he turn on his best friend ever? That's bleeding into a lot of things. There's a lot of layers there with it.
One of my questions is Sammy turning heel. Blatantly, just they're accidental with our favorite things called air quotes.
Mm-hmm.
But are they?
Yeah. I don't think they are.
What kind of match does this lead for Sammy at WrestleMania? That's the payoff to this.
Right. Here's the thing. Maybe it is pulling wool over the eyes, but if KO doesn't win the title tonight at Royal Rumble and Sammy never shows up to help him, that's your catalyst for WrestleMania.
Yep.
But if Sammy shows up to help him, that's your catalyst for WrestleMania, because now it's KO and Sammy versus whoever they're going to scrap off the floor to face them at that point.
And it could be War Raiders by then.
It could be the War Raiders by then.
Just saying. I was going that he's helping, and they get a run for a while.
My thought is, I don't know if he is. I don't know if he's not. You'll find out in predictions, because I'll give it their way then.
What was your bad?
My biggest bad was the New Day. I had nothing but that was just ass.
Putrid hate, yeah.
Putrid and ass. So, I mean, if I want to go with something that, I'm not even going to go ugly. I'm just going to go blatant apparent that somebody is coming back to WWE. It's the move of Selena from the LWO, moving her to SmackDown, which is already saying Alistair is going to be on SmackDown whenever that time comes. Which was probably tonight.
Right. I have 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
Are we building for Morgan and Raquel to be tag team champs?
I feel like there's going to be a run here. It just seems that way. You don't roll up the tag team champs without getting that opportunity.
And there might be somebody linked to it. Again, we're fucking tippy-toeing around because we're getting ready for predictions. We're getting kind of
exactly.
Last one. I thought the American Maiden Alpha Academy was over when we had the Gable and fucking Otis match. Why are we bringing this back? How long are we stuck with this? Why can't Chad Gable get away from this and do stuff?
That I cannot answer, because it just feels like they see too much of a money draw in that, which it's not drawing any money. So I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do.
Ooh.
Well, that's exactly my point. I don't know what kind of delusions are in, unless there was something that they had to do, that they had something planned with Gable, but it's not coming to fruition yet. And they can't pull the trigger, so they just have to kind of get him on screen.
TV time still is good TV time. I mean, we're talking about him, but
yeah. But and then I'm gonna go off that is, what have the Creeds done lately?
Yeah.
I mean, Ivy was at least in the Intercontinental title tournament for the women.
She was in it.
I know she didn't do anything in it, but she was in it.
Right.
But the Creeds haven't done a fucking thing in how many weeks?
They've just been there. And literally have been there. Taken beatings and nothings.
Yeah.
Why do I care? Yeah. Both factions. There's
nothing there. We've relegated Gable to lower card.
Yeah.
For no reason. He had a great showing with Penta. He's always had great showings with other wrestlers. Let him run.
We had him winning championships last year when him and Gunther were going at it.
Exactly. Let him run.
He's a far fucking cry from winning any of those right now.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I don't know who Gable pissed off at some point.
I don't know. I know that was mostly Raw. Do you have anything from SmackDown?
SmackDown, I think I will say. Oh, we gotta talk. So Jacob Fatu just got a fire under his ass from Saturday Night Main Event with Strowman.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about? I'll give this spoiler away right now. The most eliminations in the men's is probably going to be Fatu, and he's going to steamroll people in that match.
He may be waiting for people to come out, I think.
And then it's going to be him and Roman at some point in the Rumble match.
And they'll fight to fill the ring back up.
Exactly.
And then they will not see each other again until their match. Neither
100%.
one. Neither one.
One of them's going to eliminate the other one.
Oh, okay.
I will say I think one of them is going to eliminate the other one. But to your point, neither of them are going to see each other until that match comes after that point.
Right. Rebounding back to Saturday night's main event, because I do have something that I thought, the super kick. I know it was a super kick. In Sunday into early Monday, there was like, Shawn Michaels is going to have a match at WrestleMania. Him and KO. No. It could be Jenks. Let me throw it out there. It could be a Saudi show match, though.
My thought is he threw a weak-ass super kick.
Oh, it's horrible. Max throws better kicks than that.
Agreed. There's nothing to come out of this. It just further KO's agenda that there's somebody out there against him. That's it. That's all it is. Everybody's against KO.
Michaels doesn't get back in the ring.
No, Michaels is done.
Possible way.
I think.
Did you see, by the way, I'm going to be a complete dick. He was sweating through everything.
He was. When he took off his jacket, it was just complete.
My God.
I was like, what is happening? I get you're not in front of those lights anymore, but holy shit, buddy. Good God.
Remember the 90s when you had those shirts that if you would sweat, they would be turning different colors?
So that was exactly what he turned that shirt into.
He did.
Like, holy fuck.
Did you like the signing overall, though? Signing. I didn't think it was really anything special.
Listen, the only thing I'm taking away from Kevin Owens is right now is his shirt game is always on point. And Cody Sucks Eggs is a shirt I just want to. I think it's perfect. I want it. Give me that shirt. Give me the shirt of
that one. I want
the dad's a computer technician somewhere. Yeah. Whatever the fuck he was. That's what I take away from it. KO is a phenomenal person, but this was just a normal contract signing where KO got kicked. Yeah. Basically.
That's it. Very predictable Saturday's main event, essentially, for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. Remember what I said last week? How it lost the nostalgia? It lost it that fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's locked in. We're locked in right now, but everything that's in play right now. Pictures are locked in, whatever. Or championships are locked in. So when you put Saturday Night Main Event on once a month, it's going to lose nostalgia. It's going to lose its game. I think Jesse got back into the groove of things. He was better this time. Really good this time. I think it'll be a good recurring show, but to your point, it is not what it was in the past, and it probably never will be again.
I think there shouldn't be championships on. There should be your blood feud. Not all the time. Like, I just don't think championships always need to be defended on Saturday Night's Main Event. They weren't always. So I think that loses luster, especially when you have one of your big 4 pay-per-views. Next month, maybe. Defend. Listen, I love her. Is Chelsea going to defend the U.S. title ever?
Yeah, well, that's true. Probably not.
Lyra just won it, but use those then, because you're squeezing them out already.
It should be your mid-card titles are getting defended on the show.
Yeah.
With the occasional once-a-year big title belt.
Not associated with any of your major pay-per-views, though.
Exactly.
You would defend the heavyweight championship on this. Yeah. Contract signings out the ass on this if you want, because that makes sense.
Right. But do your just normal Intercontinental title, like Braun Breaker, Sheamus, that should have been main event. Let that be the Intercontinental title match. Let that run it. Fantastic. But when you start getting every single title, when it becomes a Clash of Champions, Night of Champions style thing, It's a little too much.
Agreed. Are we ready?
I think we have to be ready.
We have to be ready. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with predictions for the Royal Rumble. Spoilers on who's going to be there that we know. We don't know any, but just a shit ton of predictions right after this.
Hey guys, it is the Spark, Jada Stone, and you already know they call me the Spark, but you can be the Spark as well if you tune into Can Crushers podcast because they're amazing over there. So be the Spark with me and tune in.
Cue the pomp and circumstance. It is now time for the Royal Rumble match.
Yes, let's fucking go!
Here we go.
Listen. Everybody knows the Royal Rumble is my favorite specialty match. Sir Michael Jenks is too. We get two of them. And I know we've been getting two of them every year for a while, but I don't care what's in the middle, Jenks. I do, because I'm going to watch it. I'm going to gloat over everything, but this is my favorite fucking pay-per-view for the Rumble.
I think it's everybody's favorite pay-per-view for the Rumble match itself. This year, however, I do care about what's in the middle of it because they've done excellent jobs building it up to this point.
They did. Yes.
So,
are we having? No, wait a minute.
Okay.
First and foremost,
I was going to ask a question, but go ahead. No title, okay.
No title on the line. We take this one and we enjoy it. We can't bicker at each other. Plus, we'd have to predict everybody when they'd come out correctly, and no, that's a lie. But this is the one we'll just take back and forth and chat to each other and love it. Elimination Chamber or whatever title will be on the line. Which one falls for? Definitely Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber. 2 weeks, right?
It's a month. It's March 1st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's back-to-back possible title changes from Elimination Chamber to
Revolution. Yeah, they're within a week of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll take this one and just love it. Plus, I need to hold on to this title a little bit longer. I had a rough last year. But lineup is what I'm thinking. Listen, the KO Cody is pretty doggone big.
Yeah.
Is that your main event? Do you think we have Rumble, Tag, Rumble, Cody?
Theoretically, you should. But they won't. I think they're bookending the Rumble matches.
I would imagine, because the storyline's coming out. Plus, as they go off air, what is the great? It's fucking finger pointing season.
You got a finger point at the end. Hey, last year, Cody went off script and called out Roman when he wasn't supposed to.
He did. Then they had to make a freaking press conference and take this the next day. Shit, Cody, you did the wrong thing. Well, now we have to have this whole follow meeting. How do you want to do this?
Well, that was going to be my question before you yelled at me. So I think we get the two matches that aren't the Rumble out of the way.
Thank you.
Then we come back to the Rumble.
Good.
So, all right, good. We'll start with the one we haven't mentioned yet, but I think could steal the show if this was a normal pay-per-view. 2 out of 3 falls, WWE Tag Team title match, which for the first time the tag titles have been on the line in a PLE in God knows how long. I couldn't even name one.
I couldn't either.
Besides WrestleMania and the ladder match.
But that doesn't count. That's an extravaganza. That's 2 days now.
Exactly. It's buy one, get one free if you were punking AEW in 2022.
Right.
So, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, 2 out of 3 falls. Who you got?
I want DIY. I really do. I love Johnny. I love Gargano. No knock on the Guns. They're there for the nostalgia. They're there for, teachers, maybe to make this WWE a tag team division again, all of the 80s, when I will still gloat about that. They're slowly doing it. I don't know if they've had their hands on the War Raiders at all or anything like that, but since they got there, you've seen, holy shit, they could do something with the tag teams. Yeah. So I think that's why they're there. They got their little bit of a run, yada, yada, yada. I think it's DIY, though.
I agree. They were there to set up DIY for the heel run. Now that heel run's off and running, Motor City Machine Guns were the vets. Let's get you guys the rub that you need and really, to your point, kickstart the tag division, which it has. And I think the tag division has gotten significantly better in the long run. So, okay. Title match time. The ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship. Probably the last time we'll see the Wing Dingle title and the WWE title. They're going to be hanging above the ring in a ladder match. I'm excited because it's KO and Cody Rhodes in a ladder match. Crazy shit's going to happen.
I'm over here just nodding yes profusely. Yes. Is he saying all this?
The question becomes, does Sammy get involved and cost KO the title, cost Cody the title, give KO a win? KO gets the titles, we're celebrating, we're loving, whatever. Well, no, he doesn't, because in my prediction, Cody Rhodes still wins, and we're setting up KO and Sammy at WrestleMania, because KO would have been betrayed by Sammy in his mind. So I think that's where it's going, but we're going to have a hell of a ladder match between these two.
Stupidness galore between these. Yes. I really think so. Everything that Jenks said, yes, I agree. I agree with his decision too, as in the booking of Cody winning. It's in the script. There's so much more still to do. We're getting possibly part 3. We're not ruining anything there yet, but we'll see. Yeah. Sammy as well. I just was being a complete dick saying that he's going to join Kevin. Listen, the build up from tonight until Mania between these two, I don't give a crap what the main event is.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be, excuse me, El Generico against Steen type of shit if they let them cook.
I say give them. We know what they do. They've already fought each other several times in WWE. Just give them a fucking street fight.
They fought each other in WWE. Let's let them fight themselves in WWE with the ROH storylines.
I agree, but my point was the history behind it. You could automatically fast forward this to just being street fight, balls down anywhere, whatever you want to, death match, whatever you want to do. And these two are going to obliterate each other, essentially.
However, I've already written it. Jenks can see. You're not going to be able to see.
Well, no, but I believe him. He tried, guys. He tried.
I would be fucking perfectly fine if Kevin Owens wins this, though.
Oh, 100%.
Just throw our minds in a goddamn tizzy, and then, because Cody could do something at Mania.
Yeah.
Roman has other options already. How about this is Sammy and KO for the title at Mania?
Maybe.
Same scenario that we've just mentioned. Do I really think it's going to happen? No, I don't. Would I hope and pray to baby Jesus and Fergie and everybody else? Yeah, I do. That's what I want. I want KO to win this. He's not going to, though.
No. My thought is, if they pull the trigger, if they give KO that win, they meet at Elimination Chamber and Cody wins it back, and it's just swerve, KO, pat on the back, thank you for what you've done. And finally at a Rumble, you win a world title because I think every year since 2020, he has fought the title match for the world title at the Royal Rumble.
I'm all right with that, too. It's at least a bouquet of roses compared to the store. He gets at least something for his yeoman's work the last 5 years.
Exactly. Because he has been the underrated carrier of the Bloodline story.
Yeah. He really has. And what would it hurt Cody?
It wouldn't. Give it to him. Just give it to him.
We've had rematches instantly from WrestleMania to Backlash, which is a week away from each other.
Yep. Let's do it.
A month.
Give him a month.
You can build up to maybe it's you can't have 2 cage matches. I was going to say maybe it's a random cage match so Sammy couldn't get involved or this or that or whatever.
Falls count anywhere.
Yeah.
2 chamber matches and a falls count anywhere. Toronto's cooking.
But then he loses it in Canada, where we just said last week.
Well, that brings it back to the Vince booking of you lose in your home country or town, right?
And that fuels Kevin even more.
Exactly.
I'm all for it.
I love it.
I like what we just said more, but we're sticking with Cody. At least I am.
I am too. But I would love that storyline. All right. Men and women's. Which one do you want?
I want to go men first.
Let's go men. All right. So before I'll set up the field now, as of recording, these were the individuals that had declared for the Rumble match. John Cena, Roman Reigns, Punk, Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sammy, Shinsuke, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Penta, Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio. Those are the individuals that have declared for the men's Rumble so far.
You could pretty much name anybody you want to, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Repo Man could be here.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to basically boil down to 5-6 guys that truly have some in it. And I think we threw out a name earlier that's not on this list. Fatu somewhere in this mix. He's going to be in this Rumble. The Bloodline itself will be in this Rumble.
Aleister Black will be in this Rumble.
Exactly. Probably at number 3 because they like that number 3 position to bring out a surprise.
Yep.
So now, what do you think? What do you got?
I'm going to pick my winner.
Okay.
And then you pick your winner, and then we'll talk about. I mean, we just gave away Aleister, but then we'll talk about some more people that we think we're going to see in it. I've thought about this for a long time. Is it going to be Roman again? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? My heart keeps going here. They're going to give him one, and then he's done after WrestleMania, possibly. I think this is Punk's. I really do. I think Cena is close. I think Cena's winning. I think it comes down to Cena Punk, maybe. Like, my head will not get off of that. As much as I want to push other people, I'm putting it in Ink Punk. Because I can't.
I don't think I spent as much time as you thinking about this. I actually, in fact, no, I don't, because I am sticking with what I think is happening with the title picture that I've thought about since Cena announced his retirement.
Oh, I'm all for it, yes.
Yeah. Cena is not winning the Royal Rumble. He's already been saying he's got one last elimination chamber. We heard that at one point.
Right.
So he's got to enter the chamber, which means he's entering the title picture of somebody, and he's going to win the chamber. He's going to win the chamber and face Gunther because that's the path he's on, and that's on Monday Night Raw.
Yep. Because it's on Netflix, folks.
It's on Netflix. He's the big name. He's a movie star. He's everything. He will be on there. There has never been a more clear-cut winner to me than this, I have to go Roman Reigns on this one because there's money to be had in part 3, and Roman is the one chasing. Now, I would love to see CM Punk win it. Sami Zayn pull out. Magic in the air. KO wins the ladder match.
Oh,
Sami wins Rumble.
Oh, that happens. We're retiring the six-pack championship.
Like that point, it's done because that is picture perfect main event night 1, 2, whatever you want it.
Right.
It's not going to happen though. It's Roman Reigns' time to win his second Rumble and go on to face Cody for the third time. The money is there. If it wasn't Rock and Roman, it's Roman Cody. And that is the only story until Punk cashes in his favor. Which, let me go down this path then. We gave our predictions.
They're in pen. We're not changing them.
Punk's favor. Is Punk's favor maybe cashed in when Roman has the title? Or is Punk's favor cashed in during the Rumble match that Roman has to leave the match? Or does he look for a shot at Roman's win? And that's Elimination Chamber.
So are you saying I want to ask you a question? Wait, I want to ask you a question.
No, I'm too excited. Okay, go.
Prior to answering that.
Okay.
So you're saying Punk Roman for the title some point.
At some point.
And that's a good SummerSlam, right? That would put asses in seats. Where the hell is SummerSlam at this year? You don't have to look it up. Just if you know.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I think he cashes in his favor after Roman has the title.
I would agree with that. I'll play devil's advocate though, because you set up a great match at Elimination Chamber to sell that event even further. If Punk says, "All right, you won, give me your title shot," and then we have the blow off of those two, we get that out of the way, and then whoever wins goes on to face Cody, Cena, whoever they want to face, right? I just think the favor is definitely coming into play. It's either with the title or without. So when does Punk guarantee when Punk uses that shot?
Possibly by the end of the night.
Yeah. Possibly he says, "Paul, you owe me a favor. Tell Mr. Ulafala get out of the ring."
Maybe they run into each other after the balls have been drawn. Make a little discussion. Punk pulled 1. Roman pulled 30. Here's my favor.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't meet Roman in there, supposedly, because a lot of people don't go from 1 to 30.
Yeah.
Those are the last 2 left in the ring. They look at each other. They get your SummerSlam picture poster taken.
Mm-hmm.
Roman tosses Punk out. There's your summer of Roman to Punk.
Yep.
My spoiler is if and when Cody loses at WrestleMania to whomever, Cody's carried this for 2 years now. And yes, he had his pack and everything, and he had time off, but I think Cody's off TV for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Cody heals.
Cody needs to heal. Nothing against him. Cody's off TV for a little bit.
Yeah. 100%.
Maybe at SummerSlam he returns.
Winner of the match faces Cody. I don't think Roman is entering any earlier than number 30. I think Roman is arrive, knock him out, done. With that being said, I think Jacob Fatu is running amok until Roman Reigns enters that match. And that's when Roman tosses his ass out of the ring. Or it's going to be Roman's coming in at 20, 18, 19. And then
I'd give Roman some time in the ring.
Yeah, my thought is you could say 30, but I think for Roman's sake, I think it's 18, 19, something like that. Fatu blows through the 10s, basically.
Yeah.
Which is just filler anyways, and then he gets ousted by Roman.
All for that. All right, surprises a little bit in the men's. It's not a surprise anymore. Alistair is going to be there. Okay, listen, book it. If there's anything on Draft Duels or whatever it's called, book that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else do you see as a surprise? Because let me twist this. We haven't lingered in the NXT world. You know, some of them are going to be bebopping around.
Yeah.
Do we get anybody from TNA that possibly used to work there that could be a show stealer in a Rumble? Do we get their champion to say, oh my God, could this be a TNA champion against a heavyweight champion at WrestleMania? That's not going to happen, so don't put any money on that. But
they could show up. Because, and that was going to be my talking point, is this TNA deal. You're going to see that's going to show up because the Knockouts champion, Jordan Grace, has already shown up a couple times, or has shown up in the title match. Mickey James has showed up in the Rumble match. So that title has been in there. So, of course, the Impact title, world champion, can show up. People still believe in Joe Hendry. So it's still going to be something.
He's going to be
there. And I do believe Nick Namath, Dolph Ziggler, will show up. I think he's going to show up too.
I think he gets a huge pop showing
up. 100%. He might be number 2 walking out. So I think that's the big pops, is you're going to get the TNA guys that have been there before or have had the biggest reaction in NXT. You want to talk NXT, I think Uba Femi is going to walk in there and start throwing people off. I think Trick's going to get involved.
Yeah.
You know, those are just 2 names popping off the top of my head. But
I had Oba, but Oba's he's gonna get 3 or 4 eliminations, and then
go.
The other 10 people are gonna be like, we need to work on this guy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get the whole Andre the Giant King Kong elimination. Yeah. Trick's gonna have a nice little thing. I think him and Carmelo meet. We get that little meeting. Joe, without a doubt, Black, without a doubt, Dolph, we hinted to all those. Do we need, and this is a real question, do we need a legend in this? My answer is already in my head, and you should already know it, but do we get a legend in this?
Well, define legend. Because here's where I understand that. Theoretically, Dolph's a legend.
Right.
If you want to play that fact.
He's still active. Non-active, part-time, yada, yada, yada. Because there was a deal worked out with somebody that couldn't happen because somebody got hurt. Is this the start of it? And I'm going to just throw it out there. Do we get Goldberg so him and Braun Breaker meet at WrestleMania?
Maybe.
I'm thinking, yeah. He doesn't do much. Him and Breaker meet real quick, and maybe the moment we talk about it is they both fucking spear each other and they both go over the top rope at the same time. How they pull it off, I don't know. It's the whole Logan Paul Ricochet
thing. 2 bulls running at each other and just hoping for the best. Yeah. You know what? It could happen, but I also think Goldberg wouldn't put himself in that predicament because he doesn't want to lose like that, right? He's been in 2 other Rumbles. And
right, but he knows if he does this shtick, he's going to get $1.5 billion to come to Mania.
I think he also knows that if they desperately want him enough to come to Mania,
he can get
he's going to get
$2.5
million in 2 weeks, in a month. I don't think he enters the Rumble. I just don't think that he wants that stank on him, lack of better terms.
Had enough stank on him.
Yeah. He's got the
He
stank
was
already.
contracted for a couple more matches, though. I know that.
He's got a retirement match ahead of him.
Yeah.
Against who? We don't know who it's going to end up being. It could be Braun Breaker. And I'll go full circle. That's the way to bring it back full circle. The Steiners were in WCW, a kind of Steiner's son, knocks him out, retires his ass.
Yeah.
Maybe. Outside of Goldberg, though, are you thinking anybody else from an old-timey perspective?
I listen, the lineup stacked, and if you have people that we'd like to see that are linked to TNA or GCW, or maybe a Cardona shows up.
I was thinking Cardona, or I'm going to throw this out here. Maybe he's not in the match, but maybe he shows up to screw somebody in the match. JBL has been prevalent all across the board. Shows up in his trench coat, clothesline from hell real quick. Boom, somebody's out.
Dolph or Joe? Which one?
Dolph or Joe, pick your poison at that point, right? So it ties back to TNA. Then they can show that clip, and then there's like, oh my God, he went to WWE. He's a legendary, but he did this to them. That could certainly happen as well. So I don't think legend-wise there's going to be a lot of play there.
Yeah, we don't need a bushwhacker. No knock on them. We don't need anybody like that to come in, Abe Knuckleball Schwartz or anything like that being in this. It's too full.
It's too full. The only thing is, I think the surprises are coming from TNA or, for your point, Cardona and GCW. I've been trying to rack my brain. I don't know of anybody from Indiana that could pop the crowd in any sort of way as a legend.
We might have to talk about
that because that would be one that they could pull out, right? Just say, hey, here's a guy from Indianapolis.
He was a punter.
He's a punter. Maybe there's a guy from Pittsburgh that might want to chuck him.
Right.
Maybe punt his ass out of the ring.
Maybe this is how the Mania match starts.
Yeah.
It's already started. But
now this kind of further cements it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Pat's definitely there. Without
Pat's not in,
he's already in. Well, that's where him and Steffi fucking talked.
Yeah.
Earlier this week.
Yep. Well, he lives there.
Yeah.
That's Pat's backyard. He has season tickets to the fucking suite on the field for the Colts games.
Yeah.
This is another day.
If you didn't know, I believe it's called WrestleCon is there this week as well. Somehow they planned that perfectly. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no planning going on there whatsoever. All
right.
So, well, you know what we didn't mention? We should probably mention that Stephanie's got a new show that's coming out. We didn't bring that up. Steffi Time or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That was announced today. We'll have the entire. I might. It's going to have the entire bloodline on it. Of course, there's Stone Cold and whatnot. So that might be worthwhile to kind of watch and listen to.
I'm excited. Normally, I'm not. I'm always excited for the women's because listen, we've said it for the last couple of years. The women's is awesome. It creates new storylines. It continues storylines. The winner has been more unpredictable than the men's. I'm leaning one way for the women right now, but you have to pick first, so you could sway me on this. I don't know. I'm excited for the men's this year because of everything. I have Punk, you have Roman. Both could be, yes, I like your scenario that Punk wins it, loses right back to Cody next month.
Yeah.
We still get Roman, Cody.
100%. It could happen. somewhere, somehow, we get back to it. The women's by far is the toughest damn match to pick. And I think the women's match is the better Rumble match of late because it's still brand new.
Yeah.
We're still in the infancy of this match. Men's has been around for 40 years almost. The women's is only 6 years old, 7 years old this year. That's still a lot. Think about that. It's still a baby. It's still in its infancy. I mean, 7-year-old Rumble for the men's was when Shawn Michaels, the infamous 1 foot rule, was the 7th Rumble for the men's.
Yeah.
So
good callback.
Thank you. Right. But so now the women's, there's a lot less females announced. We know there's probably going to be more legends coming in, more women who claim they're at family birthday parties coming into this thing. Surprises, whatever it is, write it on the board. It can happen. The declared wrestler women so far: Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia, Charlotte, Lyra, Ivy Nile, Raquel, Io Sky. Okay. That's not as many as men's.
No.
This shit is wide the fuck open. Anybody could come back. And I say anybody, but there's only one reason: you announce the person before they come back, and she's been gone for over a year. The Queen is going to reign supreme. Charlotte.
It's going down in ink on both of them because of everything we've talked about with Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge for her. It is huge for who she's going to pick to face at WrestleMania. Even if Charlotte wins it at WrestleMania, the glowing star will be on somebody else at WrestleMania. I'm talking about Tiffy.
Tiffy, well, I'm 100% talking. I'm same boat. Same boat. Yep.
Charlotte may win it at WrestleMania, but I don't know if Tiffy can have a second breakout year. This will be it.
Yep. Tiffy is. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say Tiffy's in the upper atmosphere now, shooting for the heavens, and is the star player.
If and when, and I'll spoil my WrestleMania now, Tiffy loses it to Charlotte at WrestleMania, Tiffy will still be holding a title again at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. It's a quick turnaround.
It is. Charlotte's quick on those. She has a million titles.
Mm-hmm.
But she's been a professional wrestler for the next generation. And I don't know that we give her enough praise for that.
Right.
She got it on her way up. And now she instantly, cool. I have 12 titles. How many hell? I don't know. She's close.
She's close to Flair, yeah.
I don't want 900-day runs. I want to give back. Listen, we're not going to, we say this all the time, we're not going to have the original 4 horsewomen. All right, they're not old as me, but in wrestling, they're getting old. Charlotte has deals out the ass to do. I'm not saying this is her swan song, but be prepared, folks. Could be.
Yeah. It is definitely the start of the swan song for that regard. But you're right. Charlotte does put people over. She's put Rhea over. She's put She's put them over. So this is just another person to put over. WWE's going to give her flowers. The redemption story is here. You've recovered. You're back. You're ready to go. Go for it, Charlotte. It's just too perfect of a scenario for them to pass up. Tiffy will be overconfident, too cocky, and that's going to catch her. And then we're going to circle right back around, maybe in a month, 2 months, whatever it is, and then she'll win it right back. So it's, to your point, Charlotte's not one for the long title reigns, but WWE's also going to give her flowers and say, good job getting back to us.
So we've incorporated the Elimination Chamber when we were talking about the men's, because now we have Rhea Ripley without anybody at WrestleMania right now.
Yeah, correct.
Is it another returner out of this match? Do we get something else? So I think we have to talk about the surprises before we talk who
Something
Rhea
else.
is going to end up with, essentially, after Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and the one name that sticks out most of all is Becky.
Right.
And is she coming back? Is she not? Is this whole motherhood thing a full-on, she's full-time now? Or is it just a, Becky needed 6 months off to recover, and now she's back? I feel like that's the only WrestleMania match you really have for Rhea at this point. And Rhea's not at a point where she's needs to be putting over people.
No.
In her career, because she's in her prime, basically. The flip side of it, the only person that's in this match that could be the WrestleMania match because of the build they have is already a tired storyline that we've hopefully left for dead on January 6th, and that's with Liv.
Well, we both gave Liv and Raquel the tag titles.
True.
Essentially, early on. So that would eliminate, not really, I know you could be double champ, this, that, and the other, but WWE doesn't do that as much as other companies does. So that would eliminate Liv. They're not winning. They clearly, as everybody knows, you listening, they're not winning the tag titles prior to Rumble.
100%.
But there's going to be a story that happens tonight that gets them a shot next week or whatever.
And that story involves the returning Jade Cargill.
Exactly.
And she's coming for whoever did the damage to her at that point.
Yeah, because we're going to have a major blow up. A train's coming from Erie, by the way. I don't know if you hear
I
it.
can hear it.
He just is blowing the horn the whole way. Yeah, so one of the surprises, Jade kind of gave it away. I know she always posts on the Instagram and everything, but it's either her working out or her doing this. Like, she was very, I don't know, I don't want to say provocative, but she was like, you could tell she's healed and ready to go now with her post this past week.
It's time to move on and time to get more ready to just jump through hoops. And it doesn't surprise me because remember Charlotte was doing that too before she had that setback or whatever happened that kind of set her back from coming back last year. So Jade coming back is not anything new, and it definitely was more of a storyline right off than anything.
Yeah.
So
after everything I've read, and we've talked about her last week, I don't think we get Alexa. I really don't. I really do think this contract is a little bit of a stepping stone that they need to get over.
I do think they're far apart, but I also think, okay, maybe they will pull that trigger. Maybe for Alexa, they do say, okay, maybe you are worth a little bit more. Let us give you X amount of dollars, right? Personally, I don't think so, because once the contract's involved, this is going to drag out for a little bit longer. And Alexa wants more, but if you haven't been around the business for 2+ years, is it really worth their weight in gold to do it?
I don't think this is one. Yes, I agree on all of that. I don't think this is a good place to return her if she's going to be stuck with them for a month or so. The return needs to be in one of their matches, not solo at Royal Rumble.
Well, let's play that card a little bit. What if Nikki's in the match and then they bring out Alexa to, maybe it doesn't end up being she's joining them. Maybe it ends up being she's against them.
Good. Please. That's what I want.
Then that's what I'm saying. You inject that into the storyline itself, and then you throw Nikki out, or you're the only one not spooked by Nikki or whatever it is. That could be a possibility. But I don't think they'd release Nikki Cross into the Rumble as a member of the White Six.
Right.
And I don't think Howdy, I don't think any of them are entering the men's Rumble.
That is a fucking DLC. Ones that, haven't been announced, but we have to imagine Katina, Chance, all those, Vega are going to get in. But let's talk about, want to go Legends or do you want to go TNA? Let's go TNA first, who we think could possibly make their way over.
I mean, the obvious one is Jordan. The contract's up. She's now
with WWE.
I know, I understand that, but you're still doing that transition. She's still claiming she's doing her mother's birthday party over the weekend and all of that too. So let's play that up. Does Masha make an appearance?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm thinking yes. I agree with that. That's your biggest name. That'll pop the crowd a little bit. Masha would be a good one.
I would like to see. Oh shit! She's my girl, but I forgot her name. The Barriqua Badass. Oh shit! Why can't I think of her name? We'll wrap back around. You're gonna type it in.
I'm gonna try to spell Barriqua. Find out.
Why can't I think of her? Tasha Steelz.
Yeah, I thought that was the name. I thought, but
yeah, that could add a little bit. Tasha's could work well with Bianca, with Jade. There could be some interaction there to get stuff going. I don't know, but I think you see Steel in this as well. If there's one, and again, I'm throwing Jordan Grace that she's WWE. So if there's one TNA, I think there's multiple TNA in this.
Yeah.
Have it be Masha's and Tasha, or...
Well, they're not going to depend, I think, on the Legends more this one. It's going to be, hey, we got TNA signed in. Let's bring in some of that roster to get them exposure. But I think they're going to rely a lot on NXT more than the TNA play either, or the Legends play.
I do too. And one has been in it several times. First and foremost, before
Roxanne.
We want to talk about. I think Roxanne has a great outing in this.
Oh, I think 100%. I mean, she's already faced Bayley. Now it's going to be, let's establish her on the main roster because that's clearly where she's going to next. So I think Roxanne is going to get the big outing here. May make the run, the Iron Woman run throughout this whole thing, the 50-plus minute run.
Do you think Steph and Julia are both in it?
I think they pull the trigger on Steph, but maybe not Julia from that regard, or they protect them and don't put them in it. Because I could see them also making them untouched assets right now. So they'll bring in more of your Lashes, your Kalanis, things of that nature, or Cora Jades, if you will, too. I think those supporting characters are going to be who gets brought up. I do think they protect Julia and Steph a little bit more.
I would agree on the protection. I think you see Lola Vice or those getting thrown in as well, because you could pick any championship you want to go for, remember.
Exactly.
They could pick their NXT title if they want to go for it, if they win it.
Yep.
We'll see. Legends-wise, I do think... returns. Returns first.
Returns. I would have said Asuka.
Big.
Okay. I would have said Asuka here, but the things that are going on, that's not going to happen. Kyrie's out there. She could be popping in here. I had a name and I forgot it. Who are your returns? Who do you got?
Asuka was one, but we kind of did that. I was thinking Kyrie as well. I think Mella's back. I think Mella comes back, and however long she's in the ring, I think people miss her. I really do. She fits perfect right now. Imagine a Chelsea Green Mella match at Mania for the U.S. title, or even Lyra.
Yeah.
Like, these mid titles are made for Mella. I really do. And I know we've talked about her. She's getting again, she's not old, but she's been around wrestling longer,
Right.
but she's still in it. And if Suda, her husband's there, why wouldn't she be in the arena as well?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Especially if it's his first in-ring action in a long period of time.
Right?
It's accurate. Probably no contract dispute there.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine. I still say Becky's in it. Becky's probably one of the finals.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. I'm betting Michelle McCool shows up because she seems to be in it every year. The rumor is
the
Nikki's.
legends, now we're getting into the legends. Yeah.
We gotta get into legends. I mean, the rumor is Nikki is showing up in here. Nikki Bella is showing up in here. And if that's the case, okay, that's fair.
Do her and John Cena bump into each other backstage?
Yeah, right. Is this going to be a bygone be bygones type thing?
And how much is CM Punk trolling us? Is AJ Lee coming out at number 30?
I think
that's all she would be coming out at it, I think.
Well, yeah, she wouldn't be coming out any more. To me, I don't think she's coming out. It's just one of those wishful thinking things, and Punk's playing into the troll job to get people riled up. It's like when he kept posting him outside of an airport and saying, "Oh, I'm in Calgary," or "I'm in Pittsburgh," or whatever it is. It's just a troll job.
Would you be angry if she showed up, though? Taking a spot from any of these other women that we talk about?
No, because then that's exactly what we're talking about, but the Women's Rumble. Because it would be the perfect surprise pop that we could get. There's no anger there.
I'd love to see her. I think it would be a one-off. I don't think
there's a program.
Hey, you're getting a WrestleMania match because you and Bayley have looked at each other. Bayley's WrestleMania match, I think, is in the works.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But let me throw this out at you, because we didn't talk about her.
You hit your button. Okay. You did.
No, I didn't. No, I was trying to figure out how to word it. Does WWE get or pull in the forbidden fruit, the forbidden Tessa Blanchard?
No. Listen, you know how much I love Tessa.
I know.
And whatever everybody says and her shenanigans, we'll leave it at that. No possible way you want to. That'd be like bringing Brock Lesnar back right now.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
100%.
She's back in wrestling, but I may be the only one happy that she's back on TV.
Yeah.
She is not. It is just what she can do in the ring is unbelievable. She's a great talent. There's still time. And as much as I have a hoodie that says, oh shit, what's it say? It ends with Jesus dropped the charges. If you're looking at my past, I want you to know that Jesus dropped my charges. That's between her and Jesus right now.
Yeah.
So.
Because public opinion has not.
Public opinion has not. So, do you want to see Brock Lesnar in it?
No.
So that answers the Tessa thing right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Throw everything out. Wouldn't you love to see Tessa Blanchard in this?
I mean, yeah, makes sense. It would be great addition to it. Good powerhouse, come right through, clean out the house, and then see you bye. But
her and Mosh meet and
yeah.
But yeah, I can't. I don't even think they. There's a lot of bad blood there prior to even her history outside of the ring.
Yes.
I don't think she ever gets to WWE.
There's too many advocates that are saying do not touch her with a 10-foot pole.
We've always said prior, it would be AEW first.
Mm-hmm.
And some of Vince's old cronies that are there would have to say, holy shit, she changed her way. This is prior to everything else.
Yeah.
You take a look at her.
Yeah.
That's out the door anymore.
Agreed.
So I have Flair and Punk. You have Flair and Roman. Both are amazing. We both have Cody and DIY. We both want KO to win.
But we know better.
The only thing that we're really super sure on is Flair and DIY.
Yeah. Outside of that,
that's definitely what we want.
Yeah.
The other ones are up in the air. So, how do we get to Rhea? Becky wins Elimination Chamber. How does Becky get into Elimination Chamber just because she was a champion?
Becky has to finish 2.
Yeah.
Becky, Charlotte, final 2. That's how you get to Elimination Chamber, because then Becky is automatically gifted the spot. You could say it was because she was former champion, but you could also say it's because it's fucking man. You could say Becky finished runner-up, so she'll get a spot in the chamber.
So can I tell you that even though this is what I've been holding on to,
okay,
since you've mentioned something about the men's Rumble. Cody and Roman fought. Roman won. Cody and Roman fought. Cody finished the story. And now you're saying Roman's chasing at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Flair and Rhea fought. Flair won. Rhea and Flair fought. Rhea won. Why can't? What are we missing? Are we missing? And it'll be easier to get Tiffy somebody as a mid WrestleMania match compared to a main event match.
This thought popped into my head. We all think it's Tiffy time because Charlotte's on SmackDown.
Because the Queen has been brought. The word Queen
has been referenced
around Tiffy and Charlotte.
Yes. It could be a misnomer, though. Your money match.
Flair and Rhea like this.
Yeah. This is extreme. This is the upper echelon, main event caliber, Rock Austin 2 type mentality going on here.
Yeah.
It's possible. And it's the bigger money match for the women than Tiffy.
Tiffy could get any one of the people that we returned. Maybe Tiffy and Jade. I mean, that doesn't make sense because Tiffy and Bianca and Jade are on a path to hell.
Well, and to that point, maybe they want to circle back to Tiffy and Nia at WrestleMania because Nia never got the comeuppance against Tiffy.
Yeah. Nia has a good outing in this.
Yeah.
She makes it the chamber and picks Tiffy.
Yep.
Then, stirring the pot, what is Becky doing?
Is Becky even back?
Returning.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
We've all talked about it for months. Becky's coming back to Rumble. Becky's coming back. Yeah, I don't know if it's time for Becky to come back right now. I hate to say that because I love her. Flair Rhea sells, puts asses in seats, as Ricky Morton says.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against Tiffy. We love her. You just brought up the match. Rewind it again. It doesn't need to be a main event match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's your mid-card night 2 match. Because Flair and Rhea have taken over night 1. Maybe we're going back to that they both get, the women get night 1, the men get night 2.
There's not enough bloodline storyline to do main event night 1 and night 2.
Right.
So
is Punk Gunther built for a main event?
It may not be built for a main event, but it'll be pushed for the main event and politic to the main event. If
By one person.
Wins. Yes, exactly.
Right. So
because he could have been promised
here.
one.
Right.
Well, let's back this train up. He was probably promised one last year, and then he tore his tricep.
Right.
So now we have to scramble. He's gonna get his WrestleMania main event at some point.
Okay. These two matches are on night one. Punk Gunther and Charlotte Rhea. Which one honestly deserves to be the main event of night one?
It's got to be Rhea Flair.
Yeah.
Rhea's redemption story. Not Rhea's. Charlotte's redemption story. Rhea's just the hottest commodity in women's wrestling right now.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So for months we've been trolling you. I have been. It just makes sense for if there's a part 3 of Cody and Roman.
Why not a part 3 of Charlotte and Rhea?
They're two different people right now. Rhea won that title from Charlotte. Yeah, she was there. She's excelled in the year. She stands alone now.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte's coming back from injuries.
100%. We're going to strap in. It's going to be something else. The
road to WrestleMania
starts tonight.
I can't wait. Again, phone's going in airplane mode. I don't care if you need me. I'll be watching Royal Rumble. Live, nothing. Not even a wedding or wedding planning could get me away from Royal Rumble. Sorry, Kimberly, if you made it this far.
8 o'clock. I'll be live watching it.
Good. We need to text back and forth. Because
you're in airplane mode. How am I going to talk to you?
Well, I'll open it up to trio. I'll block everybody but you. It will not be two TV night. It won't. UFC won't be on the other channel. Did it? Speaking of which, wrestling's over, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The last couple weeks, you know what I've been watching? It's on every 2 weeks, and it's in West Virginia, and it's a tough man competition. They go to a different place in West Virginia, 3 1-minute bouts on this pay-per-view channel that I get, and it's anywhere from people of me and you caliber to people that look like Schwarzenegger out there just fucking throwing haymakers. Side note is, it's coming to Wheeling, West Virginia. If you know where Wheeling, West Virginia is, it's only 45 minutes from Pittsburgh.
Are you going?
I'm trying to corral the English professor and my cousin to go down to the tough man competition.
Oh my God.
It is unbelievable. In so many, not the fights. In so many ways, it's unbelievable. And I think there's one on. I'll have to watch it on replay on Sunday. It's like 4 hours of just fucking fight after fight after fight after fight.
Oh my God, crazy. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You'd lose your mind.
I bet I would.
On that note, before I get and I lose some friends and family and stuff on here, it's time to wrap this motherfucker up. Guys, remember, we love you. Thank you. We do this each and every week, and you guys continue to say, hey, we love you guys just by listening to us. So that means a lot. So thank you very much. Remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
You're a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them.
Because you never know.